I'm gonna tell you a story, but the first thing you have to understand is time doesn't work the way you know. You can call me Oracle because I'm the one who's talking to you. Welcome to the cult. Alright, so. I'm going to find, show you an interesting parallel I found between Beast of Primordial and Mage the, well, I guess just like, I think specifically Mage the Awakening. Alright, so. And that is actually specifically atavisms. Now, atavisms that we covered in the previous episode, I believe, are basically things that they allow the horror to effectively, like, they're basically horrors, like the powers of the horror itself. They're like the Urtia Zakti. They're the horror powers. So like they themselves are Zakti. They're like their powers. But in Mage the Awakening, which is supposed to actually be concurrent in the same reality, Atavism is one of the manifest beasts of the primal wild, embodying the arcanum of life. Pay attention to that, because like the whole deal with Mage the Awakening is spirit, which is where like all of the like the nightmare stuff happens, which is like where like the deep dream is. It's all spirit, like intersecting with mind, but it's spirit, and spirit is the subtle arcanum that's associated with the gross arcanum of life. Now, an atavism is one of the manifest beasts of the primal wild, embodying the arcanum of life that can be called down by the use of supernal summoning. Supernal summoning is basically when you summon something that is like non-physical, from the Paratman Loka, from the higher soul places, which also includes because that's just kind of how it works, because they're purely spiritual beings and not Jiva, like just not what things like Popmon devils qualify as. They just do. They're Paratmon, therefore they're inherently just in most cases not Jivatmon. Although the Hun is specifically Jiva Paratmon. It's like specifically human higher soul. So there's that. But so atavism represents animals or plants, some that are trod in the fallen world millions of years ago, like extinct species and stuff. Others that never have and may resemble dragons, unicorns, and other mythical creatures. Ooh, I should call the unicorn higher soul down. That'd be cool. Does that mean that such creatures ever lived in the fallen world? It's hard to say. The primal wild is a realm of spirit and flesh, and the line between the two blurs considerably. In the abode of peace, given atavism, and the line between the two blurs considerably in the abode of peace. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. A given atavism might have no fossil record, but that doesn't mean it was never a spirit. And if it's a spirit in the primal wild, it has a body. Most are possessed by a feral cunning, and some are even capable of coherent speech. Mages who summon them can learn many things about the extinct creatures from them and use parts of an atavism for an extremely efficient poison remedy. I mean, as long as like you're making a deal and they'll be able to like grow it back eventually or something, I guess that's okay. Otherwise, like, just to summon one, chop one up seems like extremely and explicitly uncool. Because they are inherently intelligent. Okay, most are possessed of a feral cunning, and even some are capable of coherent speech. Because they're like, the thing about an atavism is that like, so they don't have the same thing as Jiva Geodis. They don't have Amon. They don't have human intelligence. They have inhuman intelligence. They have Alunas Geodis. They have inhuman intelligence. This is kind of what they are. But like, effectively, that means that, like, all of those atavisms, and I'm stupid for having already closed the window on this one, now that I've actually read the other one and I could revisit this. So, like, if an atavism as the horror power, like, exists in the same way, like, as a Paramon manifestation, as a higher soul manifestation, well, I mean, that makes sense in that it is already like an Ortia Paramon manifestation. So maybe like they're effectively like Ortia Paramon Margotmon. Like maybe they're just like subsouls of the horrors. That would make sense. In some cases. Maybe I'm wrong. But like, dang it, I reopened the same thing. I clicked on the same thing. How dare I? How dare I? So it is entirely possible that Basilisk Touch, as an atavism power, is literally actually just the, like, Basilisk as an atavism touching something. Like, it's just something that I noticed that I find fascinating. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe.